Sat Nam, Sat Nam. I'm so excited to do Winter Solstice. Winter Solstice is all about the light. And it's, everything, as, Tony says, it is a perfect polarity. Because Winter Solstice is dark. And in the darkness, we have to call upon light that we don't normally give our attention to. And that's the light of God. So the sun is not shining, even though the sun is God, right? God made the sun. But we know that etheric light that is present that we pay no attention to. And that kind of light, where is it most easily found, but we never look for it, is inside of us, right? Inside our own hearts. We practice Kundalini Yoga. Kundalini is another word for Shakti fire or Shakti light. That fire is a light and it builds the more you do this practice. And there's a course to this, right? As you do Kundalini, at first it gives you a sense of elation, like, oh my God, maybe I will be okay. You keep going. It starts to bring in this special gift called awareness. Awareness illuminates and gets bigger and bigger. It will show you your wounds and where you can heal, and you start to direct the light there. And so in some ways we come to all spiritual practices, but let's focus on Kundalini. We come broken. We do the practice and we come like to even, right? We're not as broken. We're trudging along. And then something miraculous happens. The soul's like, I want to show you some things. Now, this part of your practice is the places you're hurting yourself and robbing yourself that only you know about, right? That little white lie. The times I look away when I could notice you and help you. The times I am aloof or cold when I could be open and giving. What is the other things I do? The times I get irritated and pout. Now, this is not about shame and guilt. This light, this is the big, juicy love in here, ladies and gentlemen. This is God and God all around, right? And there starts to be this connection because of Kundalini. And the reason Marcia and you notice this is because the soul's like, you know what? I ain't settling for even anymore. I want to go higher. I want to go big. I want to be all that I can be, all the love I can be, the big, juicy love. So in that, we start to direct the light and the energy towards that. And part of that is we do not think about ourselves. We start to make our focus, how can I be of service? How can I help the other? That's it. Now, it doesn't mean like I need to make dinner for my kids, of course you do. I got to pay my rent. Yep. But you don't even worry about that because you built up your energy so that those things you're just going to do. But now you've got this extra energy because you're not wasting it on this self-centered, oh God, I'm not comfortable right now, right? You start to go onto the path of the avatar. This is what makes Nanak who he is, right? Make no mistake, at the base of Kundalini Yoga is Sikhism. I know that can bother some people. Not all yogas have a religion embedded in it. It's not that we are Sikhs, but the beauty of Guru Nanak is in this practice. And so this practice, the way it is taught, is to raise you up to a level where you don't worry about you so much. In fact, you use all your chi, Kundalini, Shakti fire, whatever the heck you want to call it, light of the soul, to serve others, to serve others, to serve others. And sometimes people just gobble you up. Oh, my Lord, did Tony and I get gobbled up by this little 88-year-old woman next to Mom? Her name is Hannah. Hannah's this tiny little German lady, and long story short, we ended up redoing her whole closet. We couldn't do it, so we had to hire. We did it, but then it fell down again. So then we had to hire a handyman, and it costs, like $260. We told Hannah, but Hannah is mentally, like, she's really out there now. I mean, I don't even really understand how she lives by herself. Cutest little button. But anyways, she's never paid us. And I don't think she has any intention to. And it's so fucking weird. But it was so funny, right? It's so funny because it's like, well, we love her. We wanted to help her. We didn't want to help her that much. But here we are, right? It made me realize, I have been opening to this, but it made me realize in this situation that God's like, no, I want to open you up to service to the point where you feel it, Mars. I want you to feel it. I want you to get beyond your comfort zone. Now, this is not masochism. This is joy. I don't know if I've ever been happier in my life. And there's so many things that are just not going good, like mom being sick and some other personal things and financial things. And I'm fucking delighted. And for me, it is two things. And we're all different. For me, it is Kundalini Yoga. And the way this practice makes me ready for the Lord. So I'm a big Jesus girl. I am so happy that we are celebrating Christmas next week with my mother-in-law. The baby Jesus, the odds of him getting here were so against him, and yet here he is. And his story of this innocent, helpless being is about you and I. The odds are against you, but yet there's something miraculous about the light of your soul that's going to see to it if you lean in with some meditation and some healing, that you're not only going to recognize that you're a soul, you're going to surpass that. You're going to realize that there is such an abundance of love and light inside of you that you are going to give it away. And here's the thing, once you start that, you truly start to feel. As long as it's not about you, as long as you're not trying to get credit, what you start to notice very early on in this is you have unending love and energy. It won't fucking stop. Because it ain't about you. And the reason, it's not to make us suffer. It's kind of like the Midas touch, right? We've all heard about King Midas, and then everything he touches turns to gold. Well, then he couldn't eat. He couldn't put the food in his mouth because it would turn to gold. Too much for himself killed him, right? And it turns out, because we're yogis, this is where a yogi, and if you happen to be a Christian like me, man, I feel like you got the secret sauce now. And here's what I mean. Sometimes I think in the Christian or the Judaic and Muslim, not so much Sikhs, they get this, is that we are one. We are one. Yoga, union. We are one with God, but more importantly, we are one with each other. And if we're one with God, that means we are God, and that means everybody around us is God, and then we are one with each other. So, when I go out of my way to fix your closet, guess what? I'm fixing my closet. I'm fixing my heart. I'm harnessing the big love because I'm giving it to you and loving you. Take a deep breath. We are so blessed to be alive. This is the Aquarian dawning. And the planetary movement is so obvious. I mean, Divine Ma's pulling out all the stops. It can be so enjoyable right now on Earth if you are willing to give up your suffering, your obsession with self, and put your eyes on love, the big love that's in everybody around you. And ask yourself, how can I serve them today, God? And just, if you get, if you're new to that, just Keep reminding yourself, I'm not being some nice girl. I'm not some saint. No, I'm really just serving me through you. And it turns out that's the path to heaven. The whole deal is for us to polish off the darkness of our vision so that we recognize that we're actually living in heaven. We're already there. There's nowhere to go. We're here. I hope you join Tony and I for the Winter Solstice this Wednesday at 6:30. It's a regular class, so if you have a membership, you're in package, or if you haven't been in a while, drop in, $18. If you have a financial hardship, you just come. It'll be okay. You let me know I can't pay, but I want to be here. It's all good. We love you so much. Happy Winter Solstice. See you Wednesday.